we have possibly a new trend alert. Is 2025 going to be the year of green? And when I say green, I mean green nuts. Get your head out of the gutter. It is green pistachios. Okay. So I don't know if you remember, but kind of towards the end of last year, which was, a week ago.
2 days ago.
Yeah. We had like so many new coffee creamer flavors. Okay.
Yeah,
We had holiday editions, we had collab editions. It feels like almost every 2 weeks, a different creamer company is putting out new flavors.
oh, for
Okay.
sure. Yeah,
And a lot of them are doing like these limited edition, very small releases. But Coffee Mate, which they have a brand called Natural Bliss. Okay, it's
right.
still made by Coffee Mate, but Natural Bliss is kind of like the cleaner version, if you will. They are releasing a new coffee creamer that is pistachio. It only has 4 ingredients: skim milk, cream, sugar, natural flavor. Now, natural flavor is one of our favorite buzzwords around here
It's our favorite.
because we have seen so many lawsuits against natural flavors. Because what exactly does that mean? Well, I will say that I looked at their website, and under allergens, it specifically states that it does contain milk and it does contain pistachios. So this is not going to be a pistachio gate that happened at Cold Stone Creamery, where they had pistachio flavored ice cream instead of actual ice cream made with pistachios,
Yeah,
because they can't declare it an allergen if it's not in it,
right.
right? So I'm thinking that they're calling it natural flavors due to proprietary reasons. They don't want to tell everybody about it, but that's kind of an iffy area for me.
Yeah,
Now,
same.
this does mark the first dairy based pistachio creamer. Now, why is that important? I don't know if you know this, and actually, I'm sure you do because you look at food labels, but a lot of coffee creamer that you find in the refrigerated section, most of them do not contain true dairy. Now, they
Right.
may contain lactose or dairy ingredients, but the first ingredient is very rarely milk or skim milk, which is where a lot of people buy the Natural Bliss because it is truly milk or creamer as you would
Right.
think of it. So the fact that this is the first dairy based one that's pistachio is pretty big. Now, Coffee Mate in general, for their Coffee Mate brand and the Natural Bliss brand, have really had this goal of filling in flavor gaps within the dairy category. And so they kind of tend to be the first one to put out flavors, and then everybody else kind of jumps on them or does like their own tweaks to
Right.
it.
Yeah.
Now, what is interesting about Natural Bliss is they offer both dairy and plant based options. So, a lot of people that are looking for cleaner labels or looking for like vegan options do tend to go for them.
Yeah.
And when you look at the bottle, it's kind of interesting because it does say like Coffee Mate in like little tiny words, and then under it says Natural Bliss.
Yeah.
But I have a lot of people that didn't understand that Natural Bliss was made by Coffee Mate. And so it's one of those things where like all these brands are under umbrellas, and people are like, oh, I hate Coffee Mate. Oh gosh, but I love my Natural Bliss.
Yeah. There's people create connotations around certain brands, especially when it comes to certain things that they want to avoid. So when they see it, they don't see Coffee Mate. They see
Natural
this
Bliss.
other item that's completely unrelated. Don't mind this over here. So
Well,
that's
I mean,
fine.
'cause they're not really trying to hide it. They're just not making
Yeah.
it totally obvious.
It's not the
But
focus.
so one of the reasons why I think that pistachio is going to be on the trending report here is because we've had a lot of pistachio flavored ice creams.
Hmm.
Starbucks has a seasonal pistachio latte, which they're rumoring to make a comeback.
Interesting.
And there's just the whole nutty flavors thing is like really popping. Now, this was supposed to launch nationally yesterday. The suggested retail price is about $5.99. And so to me, that's a little expensive for creamer, but you kind of get what you pay for because it is real dairy creamer. I will say that occasionally when I find it on sale or I have a coupon, I would totally buy Natural Bliss because I do feel like it just tastes better. Because if
Yeah.
you didn't know the other stuff, it is oil based and it does have kind of like an oily taste to
It
it.
lingers on your palate and it just,
Yeah.
bleh.
And it's not super clear if this is going to be a limited edition or a permanent flavor, but I bet sales will be the big determining factor. If this sells really well, odds are good it'll be a more permanent flavor.
Oh, I wouldn't doubt it. I think pistachio isn't really a very polarizing flavor and people enjoy
Yeah.
it, like generally speaking. Because it gives you
Well,
that nuttiness, but it's not overwhelming.
that's exactly what I was thinking. It's not overwhelming. It's a very mild, nutty flavor,
Yeah.
but I also think that it's one of those that goes really well with like plant based, because a
Yeah.
lot of plant based are nut based. Of course, if you have a nut allergy, this isn't going to help you, but I just, I 2024 was definitely not the year of innovation and new flavors. So I'm
No.
always really excited to see companies, be the first,
Yeah.
get that flavor out there. So I would try it. I would definitely try it.
I think there's a balance that we hit a saturation point where we're so companies are doing so many different flavors that they're not like focused on creating new. They're like, look at these 87 flavors we have. We're like, yes, we've had them all and we're bored. And
I do also like that it's a whole flavor.
yeah,
Okay. So it's pistachio. If you like pistachio nuts or you like pistachio flavor, you kind of have an idea of what you're getting. Whereas some of these, there was a recent collaboration that was like the Lotus collection of creamers. And I'm like, what does a Lotus creamer taste like? I don't know what that
even
flavor is. And so I feel like we've gotten so far into this like churro snicker creamer and just these crazy wild flavors that you don't know what it's going to taste like, and then when you taste it, does it even taste what it sounds like? So I like
yeah.
clean flavors. I like basic flavors.
Yeah, I understand that. It is a coffee mate actually. It's called the White Lotus. It's a Thai tea, a Thai iced coffee
That's what it was. It
creamer.
was like a chai type thing. But I'm just saying, I don't necessarily mind that flavor combo as well. But I just think that we've gone so overboard and everything has to be like overly complicated. So let's just go back to like natural, simple, one flavor.
And that's it. Like if you can do those things well, like why muddy the waters? Why I don't know. I think it's time we kind of get back to basics with a lot of things because we're so deep into we must add all these things to make it fancy. But realistically, the best things are the most simple.
Absolutely.